Good heavens, it's a Monday already. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. CZ Studios are fired up for you on a Monday. I got to chuckle because it's been such a busy day today, and trying to get your feet firmly planted on the ground, as Greg can attest to after that big Sunday show on a Monday, can be a tough road to hoe there, Greg, in Dallas, Texas, can it not?
Yeah, it absolutely can. Monday gets here super fast.
Try to get my Patriot Mobile hat straightened out there. It's kind of tough to tell. I can never find this hat because my wife and kids are constantly taking it. Everybody wants to wear it because it's kind of cool and it's really comfortable. Anyway, CZ Studios lit up. We're live for you if you want to watch the stream on YouTube. That YouTube stream is also feeding the stream over at armedamericanradio.com or .org, where you can click either watch live or listen live. If you're watching the program, of course, we're now out there for you on YouTube. Lots of thresholds met there. So we're testing some things out. We're algorithmic testingly. Greg, how's that for the grammar police?
That'll work.
Does that work? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Make sure to visit all of our great partners. You can find them all at armedamericanradio.com or .org. So we're going to go, Greg, I guess just tell people where to go to get into the chat. I'll let you do that, and off we go, right? How's that?
Yeah, that works. Just download Telegram, create your profile, and search for Armed American Radio Conversations.
I have to get used to the new timestamps when we're doing what we're doing at this point because
Yeah.
I'm used to you going through that whole spiel, but that's okay. All right, listen, I've got Andy's going to like this because I see him on stage. Let's bring him up here. Let's bring him up on camera. There's Andy Hooser. Andy Hooser, he is, of course, the voice of reason. KQAM, Wichita's big talker. Andy, I'm getting amped up here. Mondays are long days. I've got my Kirkland energy drink here. How are you?
Man, living the dream. It's Monday, greatest day of the entire week. Although my camera looks a little red. I don't know why.
Every time.
Weird sunburnt or something. I don't know what's going on. My camera's coloring is looking really saturated.
Could it
right
be
now,
the red lights that I have on in the studio behind me that are
that's
shining
right.
up in your
That's
face?
right.
We can change that for you. You want me to
maybe.
make that blue? How about can we want me to make it green? Want to make it green?
Make that, yeah.
Let's do
change that
green.
a little bit. That's right.
Yeah, we'll make it green. Green.
I look like I'm insanely sunburnt right now. What the heck's going on? I don't know what's going on.
look-
I'm going to have to fix that before my show.
You look like an alien. Greg, cue the music.
Uh-oh, here we go.
That's right.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go.
Let's roll one. Here we go.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the federal government, the Trump administration, just last week
Friday.
released how many files, Andy, dating all the way back to 1946, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 1946, 1947, more than 160 some odd documents on PDF file on the war.gov/UFO website.
UFO website, war.gov/UFO. How did you do a lot of digging into this? Because this is right up your alley. Greg and I and Andy were texting in our little group chat and had the links flying back and forth. We're going to tie this back to your guns, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to tie this to a complete and total mistrust of the federal government. Andy, I want your thoughts on this. This was massive. Anna Paulina Luna was out just yesterday saying that the Trump administration is going, this was just round one, that there's more to come.
Yes.
She's all in.
Lots more to come. Oh, 100%. And that's why I'm so grateful that she is in there doing this. She actually had just obtained, I saw an interview over the weekend or maybe this morning, that she also has obtained the 40-plus videos that she's been wanting to release that are more high definition, 4K type of video that she said earlier on would mess a lot of people up when they see those. So she is going through the process to declassify those as we speak right now as well. So that way we can really see. So yeah, what we saw on Friday was round number one of this. It was, I mean, not a lot of overly crazy bombshells, especially with the video, just kind of the same video stuff that we've seen already. But I have read through a lot of the documents, and I broke some of it down on the weekend show, that there were a lot of testimony that, to me at least, was the most intriguing piece of this entire thing, of testimony from fighter jets, from military colonels and head leaders, from astronauts, of describing what they've seen, from UFOs to flying saucers, quote unquote, hovering over military bases, to even one testimony of seeing 3 to 3.5 foot tall beings in spacesuits. So that was some of the most intriguing pieces of what we had seen. It was kind of a soft dump. I'm going to say kind of a breadcrumb of what's to come soon. But if that's what we're expecting, then get ready, because we're going to see some pretty wild stuff here pretty quick.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't hear anybody, and I'm out online looking at a lot of stuff all the time. And I know Anna. You know, I've interviewed her a couple times before she got elected. Okay? And I know her dedication. I can promise you this is not a joke. This is absolutely not a joke. She's got her head together. And it's interesting because you would think the left, they're really good at name calling. Luna, lunar, loony, some would say. Luna, lunar. Her name fits this whole thing, too. Right? So the whole thing is
she's been a rock star from the beginning.
She has been. She's been a rock star pre-beginning. She's been a prehistoric,
absolutely,
pre-rap rock star. She was a rock star when she was running down there and wiped out Charlie Crist in the Pinellas County area in Florida, down in my old stomping grounds, man. So, yeah, I have great faith in her, and I know that what she says is right. I know that what she's talked about is true. I have 100% trust in her. Now, interestingly, it's at this point, ladies and gentlemen, it is hard for me to wrap my head around someone who can look at this and deny just about anything by saying simply, well, it's always grainy footage. How do you respond to that one, Andy?
Well, there's a few different ways to take that. Is that obviously back in the day, there were a lot of obviously not the best quality cameras to take pictures or video when that was first becoming a thing. So of course they were going to be grainy back then. But there was a theory that was released during that documentary at the beginning of the year, Age of Disclosure, where they tried to make the case, some of these astrophysicists and scientists that have been talking about anti-gravity stuff and zero-point energy and that sort of thing, where it's almost a force field around it that's creating the anti-gravity or the zero-point energy for them to live in their own, essentially, different realm, completely not aware of the gravitational laws or universal laws that's around them. So they almost create a bubble around themselves that's different with the laws of physics compared to what's on the outside of that bubble. And when we try to take photos, that's what we're seeing. We're not seeing the actual image of the object. We're seeing the image of the bubble that's around this thing. So
interesting.
That's a theory. That makes sense to me. But we'll see kind of as we get more of this stuff come out.
If you've ever watched Bob Lazar talk about his experiences at Area 51 and the area within Area 51 that he called, and Area 51 is huge, ladies and gentlemen, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of square miles of testing grounds. S4 was miles and miles and miles away from the main entrances to Area 51 and the main hangars. And if you've ever watched him, and I would highly recommend you do it, Joe Rogan's all in on this. I mean, he's had Bob Lazar on a couple times, and they're fantastic interviews. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And the latest one just a week or two ago with this new documentary where they did kind of the reconstruction AI wise of what he witnessed, what the base looked like, what the underground structures look like, what the UFOs look like. I am dying to, I have not yet seen that one, and I really, really want to. So I cannot wait to see.
Okay. That was,
because I guess,
it's out on Amazon. You can go watch it on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
And it was the number 1 or number 2 movie in the week when it was first released. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and it's fascinating. And what's interesting is I'm old enough to remember when Bob Lazar, when Mr. Knapp over at, I forget, I think KABC 5 or whatever it was, out in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. He's been working with Bob Lazar, for 40-some years, since, almost 1989. And the definitions and descriptions that he gave back then are some of the actual photographs that we have today.
Sure.
Which is remarkable. And he has described this. This guy has passed lie detector tests every time he's taken one. So guys, here's the deal. Well, why do we talk about this? Well, number one, it's just fun on a Monday. It's fun to talk about. It's just fascinating to me. But ask yourself this question. Do you honestly believe your government, what they're telling you? And what other circumstances do you believe? Do you also believe the Warren Commission report is the end-all, be-all on Kennedy? I mean, come on now. You know the government has been lying to you about a multitude of issues, particularly those of you who follow gun rights. This is nothing new. My gosh, it drives me nuts, man. It just does, man. People, some of you got to wake up.
Well, and that's the thing. I almost made a post on social media this weekend. I didn't. I refrained myself because I was frustrated with the document dump that we saw that I think a lot of people, they said it was a nothing burger. They were getting very frustrated with the fact there wasn't literally just a video of, an ET walking out of a spaceship on a military base kind of thing. And I was optimistic the fact that we're moving in the right direction, that we're seeing this stuff that we should have seen a long time ago. But I wanted to make a post of how frustrating it is to where I don't trust right now, and I think most people have the same sentiment right now. If you're keeping any kind of secret, government, religious institution, organization, if you keep any secret, I really just don't trust you. at all.
And nor
And I
should
think-
you. Nor should you. Andy,
Yeah.
we're getting ready to take our first break. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, more about this because it all ties together. Wild stuff with Andy Hooser on his favorite day of the week. We'll be right back.